Hey, my Froggy fam. Ooh, that's gonna be it. Froggy fam. That's it. That's it. I like that. I like that. Hey, my Froggy fam. So here we are. I ain't gonna pull up the video for this because, frankly, I feel like I'm such a small channel. I don't need to. You know. So I'm just gonna discuss it. Because Angle already covered it. I'm pretty sure Jordy covered it. Everyone's pretty much covered it. Let's talk about Foodie. Let's talk about Chantal being a trifling ass bitch. We're gonna be talking about that girl with the Down syndrome, because she crossed a line, but furthermore, I also want to say she also fails to address something in her own chat, and I want her to be held accountable for that as well. Because frankly, turning a blind eye to something is the same as condoning it, allowing it, permitting it. It's almost like enabling it. And I think that's fucking disgusting. Disgraceful. You guys know the comment. The disgusting, perverted comment. The gooning comment that someone made about the child. Disgusting. Honestly, I feel like there's only one such solution for such people. Put down like rabid dogs. See, what nobody knows about me is I happen to have had a younger step sibling, a younger step brother, in fact, who had Down syndrome. He was nonverbal. In fact, he only knew how to cry for his mom. Everything else, if he was communicating it, was through grunts and very little ASL, baby ASL specifically. If he wanted more, he knew the sign for, like, he knew to use the sign for more. I'm sorry, I'm using my knees, but more, or food, when he was hungry. Those were the two signs he used. That was it. If he needed a diaper change, he didn't, because he wore a diaper even at age 10. That's the thing. And so, like, I don't know, like, I take that shit a special kind of serious. And then her being like, I use whatever I want, but that now that I'm close to this girl with Down syndrome, I suddenly give a shit attitude is really fucking annoying, too. Because it's like, fuck you, you fake ass hoe. You never gave a shit, and you just pretended to give a shit for your audience. You know? Chantal is disgusting. She is abhorrent and ew. Ew. Just fucking ew. I have nothing nice to say about her. I honestly think that she's a disgusting human being who should not be allowed to interact with children. I said it. And I don't like how she spoke to that girl. They are human beings too. They don't like to be talked to that way. It's condescending and rude. You know how shitty that makes a person feel? You think that they're unaware? You think that they're stupid? You think they don't know you're talking to them that way? How rude. You think they don't realize that the world treats them differently? If you think that they are that unaware, then that shows how self-centered you are. I really hope Chantal sees this. And I really hope that you realize how disgusting it is that you allowed someone make such a comment without calling that out for its disgusting, vile nature immediately. Because that is disgusting that anyone dared comment that, even if it was a fucking joke. That was fucking vile. That's fucking disgusting. And the fact that you put that girl on your channel and exploited her for money and claim that the money's okay. It doesn't matter who the money's going to. You're full of shit for one thing. I know you're a liar. You never show receipts. You fucking have a history. You have a pattern. When your pattern proves that you're a fucking liar, then your audience has every right to call you one, bitch. Let me break it down. Let me break it down real simple like. Cause obviously, you lack the critical thinking skills to make sense of this, Ms. Chantal. So let me go ahead and break this down for you. You beg for money from your audience, breaking TOS often. You beg them for money under false pretense and show receipts that don't actually prove shit. And when your audience calls you on it and says, you actually made a lot more money, and it's kind of suspicious that the money that you actually made all is not being accounted for, and you claiming you only made this much, and that's the only bit that you're showing a receipt for, when the maths ain't mathin', then they have every right to be calling you on that shit. We ain't fucking stupid. That being said, so for us to see this pattern of behavior in your past, and to see you continue on the same pattern of behavior, Chantal, then you bitching them out for being haters, for not supporting. I don't give a shit what you're doing. You're exploiting a child, period, point blank, full stop. Stop that. Disgusting. I don't care if the parents said it's okay. I don't care. Because I don't think they understand the extent of it. The extent of just how vile you are. I don't think they realize how disgusting you are, Chantal. I really hope you do see this. Because I fucking decided now this is fucking war. Now I am gonna fucking react to your shit. And I'm not gonna be nice about it. And no, I'm not gonna be a petty little bitch either. I'm not gonna call you out on shit that I can't, like I said, I ain't gonna be petty. I ain't gonna be like, she fat, she ugly. First of all, that ain't nice. And second of all, objectively, I don't think that's actually true. First of all. But personality, she rotten to the goddamn core. Chantal got an ugly soul. I never seen a soul quite so ugly. Like, goddamn. Satan couldn't even compete. Shit. You can put that hijab on. You can pretend you're religious all you want, but you are the most godless heathen I have ever fucking laid eyes upon. And I grew up down the street from a known pedophile who knowingly, it was a very well known and not a kept secret, who had been known to not spare his own children from his disgusting nature. Needless to say, luckily, his children were no longer allowed to be anywhere near the creep. But, unluckily, the creep had a pool and the neighborhood kids were so neglected that nobody actually made sure that other kids didn't go around the creep. I never went around the creep, though. I was a very guarded kid. I knew very early on what kind of monsters were out there. But not all kids know these things. Some kids get to stay kids and get to keep their naivete. So, why the fuck is Chantal exposing this poor child to the internet? Exposing this poor child to her vile nature? Disgusting. Now Chantal's on my shit list. Congratulations. And guess what, Chantal? Everything I'm coming for you for are your sins. Yeah. I'm judging you on your actions. The things you've done wrong. Not anything petty like whether or not you shower. Not anything petty like your stupid health or your weight. Because those are just part of your illness. I ain't gonna be petty like that because we all got illnesses. They just all affect us in different ways. No. I'm gonna come for you for the fucking vile shit you got in your fucking soul, Chantal Marie. You disgust me. And you make every fucking Muslim convert look bad. I'm almost certain of it. And you make every Muslim look bad to anyone who doesn't know about it, like the religion, who might be in Girl World consuming your content. Because you're very lazy. You are. And you kind of spread misinformation and seem to half-ass everything if you even bother at all. So, also, Chantal, how dare you steal my Grams' phrase? So, Chantal, to you I say you can sit and spin. Brought to you by my Grams. Fucking vile piece of shit. My Grams would be disgusted by you too. And that's not a good shit list to be on. Well, she ain't with us no more. So my shit list is gonna have to do. So, Chantal, this is fucking war. I have sat on it. I have thought on it. I've slept on it. And I have finally come to a decision after several days. Your goose is cooked. Or maybe I should say your Canadian goose is cooked. Ooh, look at me, I'm being silly. You're done, Chantal. I know what you are. You're a special kind of monster. And you are a very interesting creature, psychologically speaking. Very self-serving. You only give a shit about yourself. And no, not in the way that a narcissist gives a shit about their self-image and how the world perceives them, but no, as in you only give a shit about your own well-being, your own gain. Much like a sociopath, almost. But that's not a diagnosable thing anymore. You seem to lack empathy, though. Not that that alone is a problem. A lot of autistic people struggle with empathy regulation. But when you lack empathy and compassion, and you're also manipulative, what an ugly combination that makes. Makes for a very ugly person who uses everyone around them. I take back what I said. I hope Syria is fucking awful, Chantal. I hope you have a miserable time. I hope you don't have any air conditioning. I hope it is humid and awful for you, Chantal. I hope to God you're kept away from that goddamn child, for fuck's sake. I hope you're kept away from all the children. And I hope that all the children are kept safe. Because they don't deserve to be around someone as fucking disgusting and repulsive and repugnant as you, Chantal Marie. And yeah, I'm gonna tag you. You may or may not see this. I don't give a shit. This is war. Congrats. You crossed the line. You made a new enemy. The cat thing, that was fucked up. But, what can I say? I've never been one to grow up with pets, so I'm not really an animal advocate kind of person. It's not my hill to die on. But children, that's my hill to die on. I raised 7. My siblings. So, Chantal, I hope you have a miserable time, and I hope that they start withholding your food. I really do. It would be dead funny. You could go on a diet. You could really use it, Chantal. But you'd be so mean, wouldn't you? You'd be so fucking unbearable to fucking deal with, wouldn't you? Because you're fucking bitch. And manipulative as all hell. Fuck you, Chantal. Disgusted. Just fucking disgusted. That is fucking vile. And the thing is if she would have fucking made any kind of like comment or fucking said anything about how vile that fucking person was for having said that, rather than ignored it and completely acted like it never fucking happened, I feel like I would be a little bit more, less fucking likely to have gone off. And I feel like that was it. That was it. That was the fact that she never fucking, you know, called that out and, fucking was like, hey, that's really fucked up and you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have said that. That's really fucked up. That's not cool and that's not okay. The fact that she never, like, fucking said anything, about that. The fact she, like, ignored it and allowed that to be even said and said nothing about it. That's why I decided to make this video. That is why she is now someone that I will actually be covering on this channel. And I will not be nice. Not when it comes to Chantal. I don't need kid gloves for Chantal. She's not a narcissist or a borderline. She's a different kind of monster entirely. So, Chantal, congratulations. You made the shit list. And since you are actively exploiting a disabled child, I will not have mercy upon you. Anywho, for any of my Froggy fam, sorry this was a heavy, particularly, like, brutal sort of video that was mostly me bitching out Chantal, who frankly deserves it. But what can I say? When there are just certain things that I take very seriously, and it's just, nope. I cannot abide it. So, yeah, sorry I went so, hardcore, I guess, on Chantal, but she made my shit list. When it comes to children, especially disabled children, that really fucking ticks me off, because, like I said, my younger stepbrother had Down syndrome. I'm only using past tense because he's no longer my stepbrother, in a way. That relationship kind of fell apart between my dad and that stepmom, and then she lost custody of her kids. Thank fuck. Thank goddamn fuck. At least that's what the rumor is. I don't actually know if that's true, because the sources are shaky at best. But I hope to God that's true. Because if not, that child never stood a chance of surviving. Anywho. Fuck you, Chantal. Like, comment, and subscribe, Froggy fam. We're covering Chantal's shit show too now. Hers is a literal shit show. She's so gross. But I will tell you guys something. She is great for keeping the munchies away. If you was broke and you trying to keep your munchies in check, she watching content that's reacting to her, perfect. 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 Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, turtles are the tortoises, what frogs are the toads. I said that backwards. Look at me. Man. See, got me all backwards and all out of sorts, man. Bye.